Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in today's video, we are going to understand how to create Notion database items from Google Sheets. So here let's assume that you maintain the lead details in a Google Sheet and now you want to create a backup of those leads in your Notion database. So here your objective is that whenever you are going to add the lead details in a new row in your Google Sheets, then automatically a Notion database item should be created. So now to do this, you need to have to build an integration between these two applications, for which I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So here my trigger application will be Google Sheets and my action application will be Notion. So if you want to learn more about this, follow me through the screen. In this video, we are going to understand how to create Notion database items from Google Sheets. So here let's assume that you maintain your lead details in a Google Sheet and you want to create a backup of these leads in your Notion database. So here your objective is that whenever you're going to add the lead details in a Google Sheet, then automatically it should be created as an item in your Notion database. So now to automate this entire process, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, and now here as an existing user, I'm going to sign in. But if you are a new user, you can click on the sign up for free button and every month you will get 100 tasks for free. So as an existing user, I'm going to sign in. Now this here is the all applications page by Pabbly. So here I will go to Pabbly Connect and click on access now to reach my dashboard. So this here is my dashboard, and now in order to create a new workflow, I will go to my right hand side corner and click on this create workflow button. So now in this dialog box appearing, I need to give my workflow a name. So here I've named it as create Notion database items from Google Sheets. And on my left hand side, you can see that these are the folders which I've created before. So I want to save this workflow in the folder named as Google Sheets to Notion, because this automation is between Google Sheets and Notion. So here I'm going to click on create. So as I did that, now I have arrived on a very important window which consists of trigger and action. Basically, trigger and action are the two most important principles or concepts of Pabbly Connect on which this entire automation and integration will depend. Trigger says when this happens, action says do this. Action is an automated response of your trigger application, and in a workflow, you can only have one trigger but multiple action applications. So now moving to my use case, that is to create Notion database items from Google Sheets. So here in Pabbly Connect, my trigger application will be Google Sheets, because in the Google Sheets, I'm maintaining the lead details. And now the trigger event will be new or updated spreadsheet row. So this trigger will start working whenever a new spreadsheet row will be added or updated. So now moving to my action window, as I want to create an item in my Notion database. So here Notion will be my action application. Here it is. And the action event will be to create a database item. So by using the lead details which I would have added in my Google Sheet, then automatically a database item will be created in Notion. So over here, as you can see that I have selected my action application and the action event along with my trigger application and the trigger event. My objective is to create Notion database items from Google Sheets. So here moving to my trigger window, over here as you can see that a webhook URL is given and along with that a help desk is given. So read these instructions given below carefully, because this webhook URL will act as a bridge to connect your Google Sheet with Pabbly Connect. So now I'm going to take you to my Google Sheet. So over here, this is the Google Sheet which I've created by the name of Notion items, and it consists of 6 columns. First is for the first name, second is for the last name, third is for email, fourth is for phone number, fifth is for the city, and the sixth is for the filled inquiry form or the suggestion form detail. So over here, it consists of 6 columns and only of one sheet. So in this Google Sheet, I'm going to add the lead details. So now in order to get the lead details captured in Pabbly Connect, here firstly I need to go to extensions, and then over here I need to have this Pabbly Connect webhooks extension. So if you don't have it, you can simply go to get add-ons, and over here you can search for Pabbly Connect webhooks, and here it is. So over here you can see that as I've already installed this extension, so it says installed. You also have to follow the same process to install it. So I'm going to close it. So now in order to establish a connection, I will go to extensions, go to Pabbly Connect webhooks, and here I will go to initial setup. So here in this initial setup, it says the webhook URL will be set up on the below selected sheet. It over here states that is sheet 1, and you can see it only consists of one sheet. Moving to the webhook URL and the trigger column. So from Pabbly Connect, I'm going to copy the webhook URL, and over here I'm going to paste the same. Now moving to the trigger column. So the trigger column is the final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to Pabbly Connect. So over here, F is my final column. So F will be my trigger column. And now I'm going to click on submit. So here it says the setup has been configured successfully. That means the connection has been made. But before proceeding ahead, as I want that whenever in this Google Sheet in a new row I'm going to add the lead details, then automatically it should be created as an item in Notion database. But firstly, when I'm going to add the details over here in this Google Sheet in a new row, then it should get captured in Pabbly Connect. So in order to send the data to Pabbly Connect, I will go to extensions once again, go to Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and here I'm going to click on send on event. So by clicking on send on event, I'm going to make sure that whenever I'm going to add the lead details in a new row in this Google Sheet, then automatically first it will be sent to Pabbly Connect and then it will be created as an item in my Notion database. So over here, I'm going to click on send on event. So once I've done that, here it is important to refresh it. So I'm going to refresh this page. And now over here in this new row, I'm going to add the lead details. So here are the lead details. First name is new, last name is user. Here's the email as new@pablitudes.com. Here's the phone number, city is Chandigarh. And over here is the filled inquiry form or suggestion form. So it says the suggestion form. So here in this Google Sheet, in a new row, I've added the lead details. That means the lead details would have been captured in Pabbly Connect as well. So taking you to Pabbly Connect. And yes, over here you can see that I have received a response. Here is the trigger column. Here's the spreadsheet name. Here's the spreadsheet ID, sheet name, sheet ID, row index, phone number. Here is the last name, first name, the filled inquiry form or suggestion form detail, email, and the city. So that means here in Pabbly Connect, the details of the lead which I have just added in a new row in that Google Sheet is successfully captured. So the first objective of this automation is set up. That means now whenever in my Google Sheet, I'm going to add the lead details in a new row, then automatically that lead will get captured over here in Pabbly Connect. So this trigger will instantly capture the new incoming data and the workflow execution will start in real time. So as I've got the lead details over here, in Pabbly Connect, now by using the same, I want to create a database item in my Notion account. So in order to do that, here I'm going to click on connect. And now to add a new connection, you just have to connect with Notion. I've already opened Notion in one of my tabs. Here I'm going to click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to access. So here I'm going to click on select pages and these are the pages I've selected. I'm going to click on allow access as this is a secure access. So here you can see that Notion and Pabbly Connect is successfully connected. So now moving to the database. So here this is the database that I've created by the name of leads backup. So here in Pabbly Connect from this drop down, I'm going to search for my database and here it is. So I've selected my database as leads backup. So over here you can see that it also consists of the same details which I've added in my Google Sheets. So now here in Pabbly Connect, I'm going to fill in these details. So here to fill in these details, I'm going to use a method that is called as mapping. So basically mapping means to insert the data from previous step. So as I've received the response from Google Sheets, so here I'm going to map it from the response received. So here now I'm going to map the last name. So here I've mapped the last name. So now moving to this detail, I'm going to map over here. So here it is. So this method of mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, so that response can be taken into consideration in these fields. If I would have written this information manually, in that case, this information could have become static, which means that it wouldn't change even if I would have received a new response. So in order to avoid that, we map the information. So as I've mapped the details, that means now this workflow is going to run smoothly. Here, I'm simply going to click on save and send test request. So as you can see that I have received a response and this here is a positive response. So here you can see the details as well. That means an item would have been created successfully in my Notion database. So I'm going to take you to my Notion database and over here you can see that just now a new item has been created and here are the details. So that means the details of the lead which I've added in my Google Sheets is successfully created as an item over here in my Notion database. So this automation is a successful one. That means now whenever I'm going to add the lead details in my Google Sheet in a new row, then automatically an item will be created in my Notion database.
Not just these applications, you can integrate a lot more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you have any doubts regarding Pabbly, reach us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any queries, you can visit us at forum.pabbly.com. If you have any pricing related query, you can visit this link. So if you like this video, please share it with your friends and colleagues, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe our channel.